Have you ever felt that reality is not as solid as it seems? That life has hidden layers, strange patterns, and subtle signs pointing you toward something greater? Maybe you keep noticing repeating numbers, like 1111 on clocks. Maybe people from your past resurface at the exact moment you were thinking about them. Or maybe your dreams feel so real that they blur into waking life, as if you've glimpsed a different world altogether. These are not coincidences. They are clues. Quiet whispers from the universe telling you that you are standing at the edge of something extraordinary. What if I told you that you can not only recognize these signs, but you can actually create them? That you can deliberately design quantum events, which shift you into new versions of reality? This idea may sound wild, but stay with me. Throughout history, visionaries, scientists, and spiritual masters have hinted at the same secret. Reality is not fixed. It is fluid, flexible, and deeply connected to consciousness. You are not just a passenger drifting along a predetermined path. You are the driver, the architect, the artist of your life. And once you understand how to harness the principles of the quantum field, you can step across timelines and begin creating events that feel miraculous, but are in fact the natural result of your expanded awareness. Most people move through life assuming reality is solid, absolute, and unchanging. But modern physics tells us otherwise. At the subatomic level, matter does not behave like fixed particles, but as waves of probability. The chair you are sitting on, the phone in your hand, even your own body, all are made of energy vibrating at specific frequencies. What determines which possibility becomes real is observation, attention, and consciousness itself. Think of reality as a vast ocean of possibilities. Every wave in that ocean represents a potential version of your life. One where you pursued that dream you hesitated on. One where you met the love of your life earlier. One where you live in a completely different city or career. Most people keep swimming in the same familiar currents, repeating old patterns. But when you awaken to your power, you realize you can choose different waves. You can redirect your energy, shift timelines, and consciously create events that would never have happened otherwise. Before you can leap between realities, you must first notice how reality already interacts with you. Awareness is everything. The signs are always there, but until you train yourself to see them, they blend into the background. Start by observing synchronicities, those uncanny coincidences that seem too precise to ignore. Pay attention to repeating patterns, to the subtle pull of intuition, to the nudges that guide you toward unexpected opportunities. Most importantly, notice your thoughts and emotions. They are not passive. They are creative. Each thought is like a pebble dropped into the ocean of the quantum field, sending ripples outward that eventually return to you in physical form. When you dwell on fear, scarcity, or doubt, you attract experiences that mirror those feelings. When you focus on gratitude, joy, and possibility, you magnetize opportunities that match those higher frequencies. Awareness is the flashlight that reveals the hidden mechanics of your life. Once you see the patterns, you can begin changing them. If thoughts are the pebbles, emotions are the waves. They carry far more energy than isolated thoughts. This is why visualization alone doesn't always work. If you imagine a new reality but feel unworthy or doubtful, your signal is incoherent. The universe responds to the emotional charge behind your thoughts. So, how do you align your emotions with the reality you want? By feeling it as if it's already here. If you want abundance, practice gratitude as though your financial freedom has already arrived. If you want love, radiate the warmth and openness you would feel in a fulfilling relationship. Emotion collapses possibilities into form. It turns abstract ideas into living experiences. Here's the paradox. To create a new reality, you must first become the person who already lives there. This means shifting your identity. Most people cling to their old self-concept. I am unlucky. I never succeed. I am not good enough. And then wonder why nothing changes. But the quantum field mirrors back the identity you embody. Ask yourself, who am I in the reality I wish to create? How do I think? What do I believe? How do I behave? Then begin living as that version of yourself now. Not later. Not when the evidence shows up. Now. Journaling is a powerful practice for this. Write daily as if you are already living your dream life. Describe your experiences, express gratitude for them, and affirm your new identity. Over time, your subconscious begins to accept this version of reality, and your external world shifts to reflect it. Visualization and identity shifts are powerful, but without action, they remain internal. The quantum field responds when you move. When an intuitive nudge appears, make that call, start that project, take that trip, act on it. Even if it feels small or uncertain, trust it. Aligned action is the bridge between your inner frequency and your outer reality. Think of it like tuning a radio. You can imagine the station you want, but unless you actually turn the dial, you won't hear the music. Each action you take in alignment with your desired reality is a click of the dial. The more coherent your signal, thoughts, emotions, and actions all working together, the more powerfully reality rearranges itself around you. Here's the part most people struggle with: resistance. As you shift into new realities, your old patterns and beliefs will rise up like ghosts, trying to pull you back. Challenges appear. Doubt creeps in. Sometimes life even seems to fall apart. But this is not failure, it is transformation. Think of it like breaking through an old shell. The resistance is the friction of leaving behind one timeline and entering another. If you understand this, you will not be discouraged. Instead, you'll see resistance as a sign you're on the right path. Breathe through it, stay calm, and reaffirm your new identity. Each time you move through resistance without collapsing back into fear, you anchor yourself more firmly in your new reality. Creating quantum events is not a one-time exercise. It's a way of living. Integration is key. Begin each morning with gratitude and visualization. Throughout the day, check your frequency. Am I thinking and feeling like the version of me I want to be, or am I slipping into my old self? When synchronicities happen, acknowledge them as proof you're aligned. At night, reflect on how reality mirrored your inner state. Over time, this practice becomes second nature. You stop doubting whether it works because the evidence surrounds you: impossible opportunities, uncanny timing, dramatic shifts in relationships, finances, health, and self-expression. Life stops feeling random and begins to feel like an intelligent conversation between you and the universe. The last step is trust. Without trust, doubt erodes your frequency. With trust, the universe can deliver miracles. Trust does not mean sitting back passively. It means acting boldly while knowing that unseen forces are guiding you. It means releasing the need to control every detail and allowing the quantum field to surprise you with outcomes even better than you imagined. Trust transforms creation from a struggle into a dance. When you trust, you enjoy the process. You don't panic when resistance appears because you know it's part of the shift. You don't cling to timelines because you know better ones are always available. You live in a state of curiosity and wonder, open to the infinite ways reality can delight you. So where does this leave you? Right here, in this moment, with the power to choose. Every thought, every feeling, every decision is a brushstroke on the canvas of existence. You can remain in the familiar patterns of your old self, or you can step boldly into new realities. The process is not reserved for mystics or geniuses. It is the birthright of every human being, including you. Reality is not fixed. You are not stuck. At every moment, infinite versions of your life exist simultaneously. The only limit is the frequency you embody. Awareness, emotion, identity, action, resistance, integration, and trust. These are the keys to creating quantum events across realities. Use them daily and watch as life begins to transform in ways that defy logic but feel deeply natural. You are not here to be a passive spectator of reality. You are here to be its creator. The quantum field is listening, waiting for your signal, ready to mirror back the life you choose to embody. So ask yourself right now, Which reality will you step into today? The answer will shape not just your future, but every version of you across all realities.